Welcome to the Good Tidings YouTube channel. At the Good Tidings, we empower you to unlock your full potential every single day. Our channel is your destination for sustainable, ethical, and practical insights that inspire personal and professional growth. I am Jasper. Today, I will be talking on African youths leading a new era across the continent. African youth in modern governance and leadership settings are reshaping how power, policy, and progress are defined. With nearly 70% of Africa's population under the age of 30, young leaders are no longer just waiting for their turn. They're stepping into positions of influence and setting a new paradigm of leadership. This shift is more than symbolic. It represents a purpose-driven leadership approach that blends innovation, ethical governance, and sustainability. Unlike previous generations of leaders, young Africans are digital natives, socially aware, and deeply committed to building inclusive societies that thrive both locally and globally. Their leadership is guided by purpose, the why behind each action, that inspires engagement, fuels innovation, and ensures long-term success. Purpose-driven leadership is not just about making decisions. It is about creating meaning. For African youth in governance, this means connecting national priorities and community needs with a broader mission of justice, transparency, and shared progress. This model moves away from politics focused only on power and profit, and instead embraces values such as accountability, equity, and social responsibility. Leaders who adopt this approach don't just manage, they inspire. They empower citizens to see themselves as part of a collective cause, where governance becomes less about ruling and more about serving. One of the most visible impacts of African youth in leadership is their role in pushing for transparency and accountability. Through digital platforms and grassroots campaigns, young leaders are reshaping civic participation. Youth-driven governance hubs, like those supported by the Kofi Annan Foundation, train emerging leaders in ethics, anti-corruption, and democratic engagement. Civil tech platforms led by young innovators are making government spending, election monitoring, and public debates more open to citizens. Young parliamentarians across countries like Nigeria, Kenya, and South Africa are drafting laws with a stronger focus on inclusivity and justice. This renewed paradigm of leadership is ensuring that African citizens feel represented and engaged in decision-making processes. Technology as a tool for inclusive leadership. Digital fluency is one of the strongest traits of African youth in governance. From apps that monitor elections to platforms that connect farmers directly with markets, technology is a tool for empowerment. Young leaders understand how to adapt global innovations into local realities, ensuring no one is left behind. Purpose-driven leadership here means using technology not just for efficiency, but also for social good, bridging rural and urban divides, amplifying marginalized voices, and creating systems that are transparent and accessible. Sustainability and ethical leadership. Another defining feature of this new paradigm is the rise of youth leaders who merge economic growth with environmental sustainability. Figures like Elizabeth Wathuti, Kenya, and Fatou Jeng, Gambia, have gained global recognition for connecting climate action with community development. By focusing on renewable energy, conservation, and climate justice, these leaders represent a forward-looking model of governance. Their work embodies the essence of purpose-driven leadership, using today's opportunities to secure a livable future for generations to come. Cultivating the next generation of leaders. The rise of African youth in leadership does not happen by accident. It is nurtured through mentorship, capacity building, and strong institutions. Programs like LEAP Africa's Youth Leadership Development and the African Union's Youth Envoy initiatives are building a pipeline of ethical, skilled, and confident leaders. Mentorship plays a critical role. ensuring that knowledge is transferred, challenges are shared, and growth is accelerated. With the right support, African youth can continue to reimagine governance in ways that foster collaboration and trust. Why this matters for Africa's future. Purpose-driven youth leadership is more than a trend. It is Africa's future. The decisions being made today by young leaders will define the continent's political, economic, and social trajectory for decades to come. Organizations, investors, and policymakers who understand and align with this paradigm will not only contribute to sustainable development, but also benefit from Africa's innovative and resilient future. Conclusion: a paradigm shift in motion. African youth in modern governance and leadership settings are charting a new course for the continent. They are proving that leadership rooted in purpose, clear values, ethical action, and innovation is more effective and more sustainable than leadership driven by self-interest or tradition. By embracing this new paradigm of leadership, Africa is not just adapting to global shifts, it is setting an example for the world. Purpose-driven leadership is unlocking potential, fostering unity, and ensuring that the continent's youthful energy translates into meaningful change. I really want to hear from you what you think by dropping a comment below. Thank you for following and subscribing to The Good Tidings. For more insight on this story, please visit our blog. https://quantumai.thegoodmorningdewpub.com. Stay informed and be safe. Have a good one.